You ready to go then? Well, we do that. Non issue. Hmm. You're welcome. It is 6:04. We call public meeting to order for 2026 budget. It's in your binder, page 4, I guess. Dated 9/16/25. This budget is basically one that we are dictated to by the state. Yeah. So it's just that we're just filling, they're giving us the numbers and we just plug in our answers. And this goes back to DLG. And they will adopt and then to come back to us. At that point, we can make uh, changes knowing we can plan for changes to be filed, which would happen in December, if I remember.
December 1st is when I would like to have it done.
This budget here, if you got any questions, it's just basically a computerized generated format from ELGF. Do we have any questions or? Looks like we're going into a budget of $802,000 roughly. I need a motion to close.
No, this is just a public hearing. You just ask if there's any.
No questions on that. So then I will move ahead and close the public hearing on that. And we will call our actual meeting to order. Start with pledge of allegiance.
You close, you gotta close it out and start the new one.
We'll start the new one at 6:05. I close the last one at 6:04. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brian Cook. Present. Mike Mitchell. Michael May. Chris Wisher.
Here.
Lori Stokes.
Here.
Rachel Pitzer.
Present.
Doris Horn.
Present.
And Dave Goldenberg, present. Again, the meeting can call to order 6:05 or so. Approval of minutes. Has everyone had an opportunity to read all the minutes that have come out? So.
I did. You want them individually? Cause I
Yes.
did. Yes. Okay. I'll make a motion to approve May the 6th, 2024.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I make a motion to approve the May 21st, 2024.
I'll second that motion.
Again, made by Doris, seconded by Rachel, all in favor? Motion passes. August 6th.
I'll make a motion to approve the August 6th, 2024.
I'll second that.
Once again, made by Doris, seconded by Rachel, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. January 31st.
I'll make a motion to approve the January 31st, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
I
Motion passes. September 16th.
I'll make a motion to approve September the 16th, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are we now current, up to date on minutes? Or do we still have
There's
to keep-
one more that's for, was a special meeting, March 18th or something like that. March
So we're
something.
basically now caught.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Have you all had a chance to review the current bills? I reviewed them. I didn't have any questions. Anybody have any questions on those?
I don't, and I will make a motion to approve the current bills from September the 17th, 2025 through October the 7th of 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Doris, seconded by Rachel. All in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer report, general operating, $38,616.79. MVH, $660,074.51. LIT, $75,282.36. Public safety, $137,031.99. Public improvements, $30,489.35. 1882 venue, $564.42. Community center, $4,527.74. Fire department, $241,216.50. Park, $133,453.87. Facilities operating, negative $36,320.47. Opioid, $3,629.20. Tecumseh Trail, $93,874.34. Budget status report.
What's the,
Yeah. Go.
mhm.
The current budget status, showing reserve calculations, showing how much money is left in some account, how much money we're shortfalling in some accounts. Overall, looks like we're within budget.
On most of them.
Pluses and minuses are still okay.
Mhm. Correct.
And this budget was for 1.2 million. Next year's starting out about 800,000, if that tells you anything. So,
Yes. We'll be losing
okay, we're gonna have some work to do.
16,500.
What?
We're losing 16,500 from this year's budget to next year's budget from the taxes. Mhm.
Taxes, I think.
In Indy, yep.
Okay. Well, that's not great news. Right now, it's not great news. Project funding report. Shows, showing everything we've got out there. Public improvement. Most everything's been paid. The baffles in here have not been paid. They have not come back yet. We finished touch up or something to be done. Everything else was paid or waiting for redevelopment approval. I read it. That's like, mhm.
Just end up taking, leaving the binder.
We have any questions on any of that? We'll look
A
at it.
lot was done,
We've been doing a lot.
lot of improvement.
Main Street project bonding request. And while we're talking about this, we need to set up a meeting for bonding approvals. Bring that up to date. How's your schedules? Yeah, open next week, sometime, Chris, I guess you're probably one of the toughest ones.
Next week,
48-hour notice.
right? When's next week?
For a good day, bad day, right to your working.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I
Both
don't have
open.
my planner with me.
We have meetings on Monday and Thursday, but I'm open Tuesday and Wednesday.
I'm not in town on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Do it earlier on Thursday. I have a 7 o'clock over in Henderson County. I gotta get to, but other than that,
Probably, shouldn't take very long, but
right,
we're not.
4 or 5 would be okay.
You working Thursday next week?
I do. I have to check my schedule to see what time. And it's in the car, so.
Can we take a look at it after the meeting, just come up with a date and time and
Yeah.
schedule? We'll do that. Any questions on any of that? Obviously, what we'd like to do is get this in front of, the committee, having improvements and get everything corrected in our funding. See what we got left. Okay, Brian Cook. Anything for us?
I like POs and work, if there was any questions on those. We did get the mixer done Friday, little page come in with the crane. That's done, it's in. We took the old motor back with him. We're gonna see what it's gonna cost to rewind it. So we can have one, not having to spend buy a brand new one for a backup for next time, so. We're not bound to paying for a crane twice. Other than that, that's pretty much all I've got. We've done recently. We did get the water meter installed in Petersburg Road today. So his account was updated today and up and going, so. I don't think he's got water in the barn yet, but he does have the line installed with a shut off on it, so it is turned on.
Have any updates on um, the filter system that needs to go in down here at the pump wash?
Yes, I got a text at about 5:30 today
Okay,
saying he has sent the check in to the company. The company obviously will not release it until the check clears. So here we go, try another couple of weeks and then they should send it in.
Listen, that's more than I knew. The last I'd heard, he was still waiting to purchase it.
Says he's ordered it and paid for it.
Yeah,
so is it gonna let us know kind of a time frame when, I mean, this all been going on for
I know.
5+
Well,
years?
I think they said, I think they'd get it here within a couple of weeks. And it's up to him to get it put in
yeah,
the
get
drain.
it, all the thing.
And
Yeah,
that's gonna-
you'll inspect it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we will do the inspection, yes.
I would say within 30 days, unless it starts raining again a lot.
And
It
then,
should be able to get done, but
uh,
I will check and let you know.
Jacob also had reached out with Commonwealth, that may put us in contact with IDEM for this, for our lead and copper testing. And basically, we have been told that now we can move all the testing sites to single family homes. So we can get the post office and that stuff off our list. Because there's no enforcement to make someone do improvements until sometime in 2028.
But we at least have a list and of who's.
Now, me and Jacob did that today. He come in this evening, we done state reporting for wastewater, and we generated a new list. So there's gonna be more single dwelling homes that's gonna go on that list. Like town hall will come off, the post office will come off, the wastewater plant will come off. It'll basically just be homes. It'll probably make it a little harder on us to collect the samples. May take us longer to do it, but it is what it is. And hopefully we can get that rolling and then we get through 2 tests and pass, then it'll take the frequency of the test down. So that we won't have to do it so often.
Is there a time frame when that, your part of it has to be corrected or at least tested and a list made?
Once we pass 2 good tests, then you back off and it's like once a year, I think. But right now we're doing, I think it's every quarter because we have one that's failing. So it should hopefully get us back where we only do this test once a year.
When you say enforcement, is that
IDEM.
IDEM until 20? Okay, so then there's not gonna be anybody coming down on the town to enforce it, you know?
No, not yet. Not
Right.
yet.
We're looking at that and I never really got,
Right
comfortable
now,
with
all
that.
that is in the collection part of it.
Okay.
We're collecting and collecting data, then the next step would be enforcement,
Okay.
which they haven't even started.
And the issue on the other was having to continue to test it, but that's gonna go by the wayside for now.
Once we can get a couple good tests, then
That's fair.
it'll back off and we won't have to do it as frequently.
The water tower.
There's one bid we already have already. I have also shared that with Commonwealth to get some more, make sure that he's really doing what we need. I had a recreation tank out of Henderson. Finally, this morning about 7 o'clock called me and returned my call. I got information to them and they are also putting together a bid for that too. So far that'll be the second bid they've got back with me. So I'll do some more phone calls and make sure I can try to get a couple more.
Anything else?
Is anybody following up like on maintenance, like for the Kubota and all those little things out of the park that need maintenance, so we don't have a Kubota go down or even a tractor or whatever,
What I have done as far as the maintenance being taken care of, I have turned that over to Scott. And Scott is the one that's actually doing the oil changes and the maintenance stuff. Um, there was a little bit of, I understand Scott come to me because I guess once Wes took over the park, he had them take a couple things to other people to have done. So Scott has kind of backed out from that a little bit, but he is still taking care of the Kubota because we have the engine with the warranty. And then he's getting ready to winterize all that stuff for the winter here within the next month. I know he's pulled some, you should see the POs, you should see
Yeah.
where he ordered some filters and stuff. And that's to get ready to start servicing stuff to put it up for the winter.
furnace filters. I know we talked about, someone making sure that the town hall, the, the venue has that every building's furnace filters have been changed like every month or 2 months, whatever. Who's actually doing that?
It has been, usually a work order is sent out and it's either gonna be Wyatt or it's gonna be Wyatt or Blake or Scott. It's the three that are doing it. As long as the work orders are generated, you should be able to see that in there when they're completed, what they've done.
So
It's a reoccurring one.
it's a reoccurring, you've
Mhm.
got someone that's reoccurring, that's checking all the furnace
And
filters and stuff.
there's an easy way to do that if we just had Megan put it on the calendar. It's the same way with our grease trap ordinance now. It pops up a day ahead of time and tells us who's due to be checked that day, so we can go in and check for the grease trap ordinances, and that has worked out very well.
And one other question, is there any way like you or Blake can make a list of like, I'd like to know like what do they do? You know, what's their schedule every day for Blake, for Wyatt, what Scott?
Yeah.
I just like, cause you put that on the computer, right?
And
Of
your
what
work orders,
Yeah.
yeah,
What
on your
is
work
work
orders,
orders of what they do every day?
basically the first thing that they do when they come in the morning, Blake's still in training, but Blake will be the go-to guy to take it all over. They come in, the first thing they do is check cost of consumption for the meters. They pull that and then they pull locates, which means anything called in from 811 in our area, we have to go locate our utilities. That's the first two things every day they do. Then it's trash pickup, it's grass, it's ditch cleaning. It's like today they run all the lift stations to get hours off of them, check ditches because it was raining, couldn't cut grass. Um, and then we do maintenance, at the plant, we change filters, we change oils and blowers, we do. And Blake's also being trained as a lab tech to where he can run the test for like if I'm gone, because it's cheaper to have Blake do it if he's confident in doing it than what we pay to have the contractor do it.
I just would like to, like I said, I just like a printout, just to go over to see what they're doing, I'm gonna call every time, I'm gonna try to get a work order in about every 2 weeks, or no, about 2 days before, like the community center's rented, cause the front porch, the cobwebs and everything, we've got the vacuum cleaner, that needs to be done constantly, the windows need to be washed.
I think why
Yeah.
that last Thursday or whatever.
Yeah.
And Wyatt's getting a lot better about posting stuff with pictures and trying to get him to make sure so that everybody sees
Right.
what's getting done.
That's nice. That's nice to know. I said every time I've got the schedule from Kayla, just to put in a work order because, you want the front of that building when people walk in. I want it to look presentable. And,
So they also
we
installed
don't
that
need cobwebs, just needs to be presentable.
The meter, they also installed that meter today on Old Peter's boat. So, yeah.
Following up on the water usage that Wyatt runs a report every morning. So is he following up with Megan on that now too? Okay, so that she can,
And I have reiterated with Wyatt when he goes out to do those, he has to try to contact the customer face to face.
okay,
If he can't, then he lets Megan know
okay,
and it becomes a phone call.
Okay.
okay. The other question I have, Brian, for, it was dated today, October 7th, for Wilcox for replacing two setters for $1,308. Where are those setters at?
That is Deer Lane. That is what it was a double meter pit. We got a call for, I think it was 6:04. I think you sent me the email about low water pressure. There was an issue with
Yeah,
the setter.
and the 3D leasing, that's the same today is the date on that too for $1,995. Was that in correlation with replacing those setters?
The 3D bill,
Mhm.
yes. With high,
Okay.
yes.
And I mean, I asked that because it's actually under the Main Street bond requisition for the bond to pay for that. And if these are setters on Deer Lane, I don't think,
But the only thing is I know there was approval for, I'm not saying that's the way it was done, but we approved to replace so many
Mhm.
old setters without backflow preventers.
yeah,
At the time we done this, both of them were old setters that do not have backflow preventers on them. So we were gonna have to dig it up anyway, so we replaced both of them at the same time.
I don't have an issue with the replacement. I have an issue with it coming out of the bond for Main Street when it's not on Main Street. So that's something that we can discuss on how that's gonna be paid and just, I mean, cause that still have to be approved by redevelopment anyway.
No, I just wrote Main Street, it's Main Street / bond.
So the bond's not the Main Street bond. It's
It's
just
the bond.
the
Yeah.
bond.
It's the redevelopment.
Redevelopment bond.
It's the redevelopment bond, that's right, but at the same time, when we go to redevelopment, I mean, I think the redevelopment committee should know exactly what these bills are and where they're coming from.
And then the 3D part of that bill is in our monthly maintenance. Cause we basically done that half a day and then we clean lift stations half a day. So it's that once a month we bring them in to clean stations.
Okay, that'll come up, cause I didn't know that.
Why we had them here, we had them do a little work out there also. But it should have been in our monthly maintenance for that month with 3D. Cause we bring them in one time a month and we try to save jobs that we need help with at that same time, so we get more done instead of calling him to come and do something for 4 hours and then call him back to clean lift stations later. We just kind of do it at once.
For clarification, if you don't want that to come out of bond, where would we bring it out of?
Well, it should actually come out of utilities.
Sounds like it.
I mean,
I'm just asking a question so you can get it right. So you can move that from,
There's no money for utility for that, that's,
well, I mean, it doesn't mean that we should be robbing Peter to pay Paul either.
I've got to make a payment, so I've got to do something.
And do we not still have an outstanding reimbursement on water line relocation too? That we should be collecting yet? Aaron?
yes, it's, I actually talked to him this morning. Sorry, I looked at him because I told him before the
How
meeting,
much is
sorry,
it?
5,200, or 52,000, sorry, 50.
Okay, so you will have money in there. Once that 52,000 comes in, and this 31,000 could come out.
Yeah,
So,
but it's also
correct?
37,000 in the negative right now too.
I realize that, but like I said, I don't think we need to be pulling from one account that
You don't have-
wasn't intended for that usage.
Needs to come out of somewhere, but if you don't have the money, I mean, I don't know how you did, well. It's bigger, that's a bigger question.
How do we get an answer to that question? 'Cause we're gonna have to pay it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'd
right
have to
now. the
study the
bonds,
numbers to
they
be able to
may have
answer it
to-
myself.
yeah.
I mean, it's not, it's up to
If we took money out.
you all, how you wanna, whether you wanna cover it from the bond or whether there's someplace else for it to come from, but it's, if it's a utility expense, it should come from utilities and we should have utilities on the right track, or you guys, we need to, like we've talked about, have a budget for how you're gonna spend the utility money if you don't have any.
If we take,
So,
if we take it
I'm
out
not
of
answering.
bond with a notation that we will put it back into bonds at a later date. Can we do that?
Yeah. Sure.
Just have to let them know.
Yeah.
And
You get
that's
your utilities,
Keep it running track
because,
of what we're
because we
taking out.
are going.
when you get your utility, you
I
get
mean,
your,
Somewhere,
Yeah.
and we are, we're not, I think we're at that point where we're not gonna be spending too much more money, for a while, maybe.
Well, and that's the reason that when I discussed with Brian earlier about even just the water tower, you know, obviously I know it needs to be done, but at the same time, where's it coming out of the budget? If utilities in the negative,
Yeah.
why are we continuing to bury ourselves? So, I mean,
Because we made an error by not getting them in the positive
so
years ago.
I'm
I,
trying to figure out the accounting process here.
I think the accounting process is we'll have to pay it out of bonds. And then we have to notate it in the minutes of the bond meeting, that that's planned on being reimbursed back at a later date. And then we need to follow up and make sure it gets reimbursed back.
it's your LIT committed
Yes,
to
you,
me,
legal, sorry.
$75,000.
Oh, no, not all of it, but some of it.
I'm just saying you have, that can be spent on anything.
When we get further into when we get further into the meeting,
I'm just looking for pots of money, that's
Yeah.
all.
I think we got a kind of a plan to go forward, because I don't want to go to the redevelopment meeting if we're not going to be able to pass everything. So,
Well, I think I just, want to make sure that we're clearly explaining everything to redevelopment.
I think that will take care
Yeah.
of that aspect. We lay it out for them.
The only other thing, Lord, that I had a question on too, I mean, since we can get our meeting materials beforehand, on the Tecumseh Trail, that has 93,000 in it. So where did the 6,000 go? Because
I'm sorry, would you repeat
on
that?
the Tecumseh Trail has a balance of $93,874.
Your, the report that was done, the feasibility study.
So that's part of the lighting study that
Uh-huh.
come out of that.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that we had them built for that yet.
Yes.
I think I'm good.
We're at least comfortable at this point. Best we can be.
Best we can be.
Okay. And we will continue to look at the budget numbers to see if we can come up with some other mechanism other than to get over the utilities. So somehow we'll look at other funds and see what's there or not there.
Spurgeon money.
Yeah, that's what my suggestion.
Mike Mitchell's not here, Mike May's not here. Residential business, wastewater adjustment to 419 Church Street. spigot didn't break, water was just turned on.
Yes, there is a lock on it now. Somebody was turning it on.
We don't know who's what. That's something that we take care of, or is that a homeowner's insurance?
That's homeowners.
No, is it? Well, we're just wanting to remove the sewer side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not been a previous adjustment this year. Lord,
I don't know.
well, I would make a motion to approve the adjustment of $297.28 at 419 Church Street, as long as a previous adjustment has not been given.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Rachel and seconded by George. Discussion other than that, all in favor,
Aye.
all opposed, passes. Consent to change lease property form. That's the carport again.
He's not here. He was gonna appeal it, but he's not here.
Just need to feel what, where we planning to put it.
You
I
don't know.
thought they came into an agreement.
I did. I went out there to him. When did he talk to you?
Right after the last meeting.
Oh, okay.
It's already been done.
Oh,
I went out there and talked to him and I showed him exactly where we wanted it and they were supposed to actually start on that this weekend. And I did tell him that we would keep an eye to make sure he put it where it was and remove all the other stuff that's sitting in that, like the part of the back of the truck and the trailer that needs to be moved.
So it got moved to the other side. Are you aware of that, Brian? Is there nothing there?
I haven't been out there to inspect it. I have no paperwork on that.
Brian to look at, make
No,
sure.
no, that they have like the water meter sitting there, they know where it's at, they're gonna go around it. I mean, they're gonna miss it. 'Cause the way they're going in, there's gonna be an angle.
I'll make a
But
note to
you
go.
guys
out
know it's there.
take some pictures.
Okay. So there's really nothing to do, other than he probably should
Just-
submit us a new drawing, should he not? So we got it on record.
We could ask him for that. Well, then,
And why don't you just get that into stone, you need it, just for
Yes.
backup reason, but there's really nothing.
I go out and talk to him because I told him that we will be keeping an eye on it and moving it.
It'd be nice to have a record of that.
Yeah.
Do I-
Be nice to have a record of what
Okay,
was
I'll
agreed
have
to.
him.
Does that need to be refiled with, area plan? Because what they have on file has it in front of the mobile home.
Area plan approved it,
The old location.
Originally,
yeah,
But-
in the old location, they have no reason not to approve
Unless
it
it
on
has
the
a-
other.
Right.
And then that's gonna be more in line.
I just didn't know if it needed to be on record there.
I can't tell you because I don't know the details of it. But they look at where it is on the lot, how close it is to the lines.
I've
Whether
got,
it meets all the
I've
requirements.
got a meeting next
So I
Monday
can
night,
tell you
I'll
whether-
ask them if they get that refiled.
Yeah.
I hate, if you have to pay them another $200 or something, I
Right.
hate to make them do that.
Right. And Doris, you could just alter this
they know.
drawing that
Or
we
we'll
were.
move it over
And
to
we,
the side.
just
Then
sign
that
up,
could be
we're the
our-
ones signing off on it, so.
I'll go out there again this week because I did look, they didn't stop. They had not started on it yet.
Okay. We've got a, permission to remove a tree at 109 Thompson Lane. And that's one that came through the roof, on the roof.
yes, it came through the roof.
And that's the one where he came in tonight and he said he got several other limbs that he wouldn't mind taking down. Same time, when he has a tree company out there. They appear to be dead, rotten.
Yeah.
So, I would entertain a motion unless someone has issues or they want to come look themselves.
I'll, make a motion to allow the tree removal, 109 Possum Lane, with the pictures that he has sent in for the trees.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Dora, second by Rachel, all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Passes tree removal 12573. East 1025. Open city, guess that's the other side of the lake. On Rotten Pine Creek, but he's been dropping limbs for years. I just understand pole barn in the house. Some pictures. I hope some of them aren't new. But snow.
I make a motion to allow, tree removal, on 12573. What is this?
12573 East 1025 South. That's good.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes. You got a lease violation, unauthorized tree removal. I asked if we needed to go forward with that. I was instructed to do so. Chris is still a letter yet, if he's still waiting for us to do a formal okay on it.
Sure.
We're gonna tell him how many breeds, if we want to go after more than one. I would recommend we just do it for the one. I think that's all it was anyway. And
I mean,
follow-
it's in the
follow
lease,
lead.
it's in the lease that you have to ask permission, and, the trees cut down, you got an anonymous call. I went out there, took pictures, and then also it's on Facebook that he is asking people if they want good firewood. It's in the lease, I mean, literally that if you remove it without permission, that you get fined.
Straightforward, but I need a motion.
I'll make
and
a
vote.
motion that just, our attorney send him a letter informing him that he was in violation of his lease.
$500.
Yes.
500. Okay.
We're not quite sure if it's in violation
And,
of, are we in agreement that it's in violation of the lease, or does it just say something about the tree?
It says any unauthorized cutting down. I mean, yeah, trees that,
Okay,
yeah, it's a violation. It's a violation of the lease.
got a motion by Doris,
I'll second that.
second Rachel, all in favor?
Aye.
Anything else? Chris? No. October 21st, county council meeting's been moved to October 27th. Chris?
Okay.
You had asked about that.
27.
Yes.
I'll make. Either I'll be here or someone will be here. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. I have other meetings that night, but one way or another, we'll figure it out.
We got a Tecumseh Road minor subdivision, it's information only. The past area planning and Drew Ever. BZA down in Warwick County. The coal mine's just setting up to get ready to start selling some of the grounds out there. It's preliminary, and it's on Tecumseh Road. That's the first main road past the Lions Club. There's no sewer, there's no water, there's nothing there. So someone's gonna have to do more before anything can get done. But that's just a FYI from Warwick County. Another informational only Warwick County Quarterly Assessment Appeal Report. I had some questions on that. It has a listing of everybody that's made an appeal and if it got settled or not. That's doing public information. We don't have to do anything to it. It doesn't affect us. Okay. Old business. You have anything on old business that we need to discuss, such as the trail lights? Are we,
Where are we at on that, Aaron?
so we'll get an update somewhere along the
Yeah,
lines?
we did get a lighting study. There's a lighting study that was completed around days ago before I was out. We need to update that cost estimate and give that over based off that lighting study for the alternatives.
Okay. Once we have that, we'll have some estimates and we have to figure out where we're gonna find monies again. What we're gonna do. And strategic plan, same thing. New business. I'm suggesting that we go ahead and increase utility connection fees. For sewer and waters, commercial and residential. So as to cover our costs when someone comes in and does a sewer cap in, we don't charge them 2,000, it costs us 3,500.
Are they, current rates 1,000 and 2,000?
Yes.
What I would like to see us do is just change that ordinance to have the homeowner or business owner responsible. We pay for the tap ins and to contract those out. And then they would then be responsible to contact the town afterwards, pay us X amount of dollars for an inspection fee. That takes the town members out of it.
Yeah, and I can talk to Aaron about it, but
Yeah,
you get,
that makes
this
sense.
way I understand they do it, and you know this probably, is they collect the tap fee, then the town does the connection. And the connection is more expensive than what they're getting the tap fee in.
Yeah.
So they either increase the tap fee or they switch it to where the homeowner or does the connection and it's inspected and they just collect the tap fee.
And then the tapping portion, each type of tap, whether it be water or sewer, that can be like a standard detail of what's required for each one of those types of
Right.
taps as well to make sure that it's standardized across the system.
And if we don't have that, we can get that. So there'll be a little bit of work to do on that, but that's just a question of policy, how you guys want to handle it. But we either got to keep moving the tap fee to keep up with the cost of installation, or we got to flip it. And most of the ones I work with do it the other way, but I don't know. You probably deal with it more than I do. So
One half does the other.
Yeah.
Just, it's all dependent
I
on
think it'd be easier on us, easier on our staff, We'll put the onus on the owner. It's on the owner.
we can start.
So is
with
that,
We
that's
can-
the
I
direction you
don't-
want to move that?
That's the
I mean,
direction
I'm
I
good
would
with
like.
that.
We want to make sure we
Would
get.
that need to be in a motion or an ordinance?
I think we just need to direct us to do it. We need to work on policy. We need to get it all together. We need to make sure everybody's got our ducks in a row before you adopt it and change it. So
Okay.
we'll work on it
Okay.
and we can talk about it.
You want that in a motion or just me saying, I want you to start looking? Working on it.
Needs to be a motion.
Okay.
You're not
Chris, you
approving
got
anything.
the basic outline of what I would like to see done. Is that okay with George? Right?
Be done, it's be done.
So what council members are in affirmative to that. And we will wait with bated breath on the report. Introduction of additional appropriation from general operations, notice to taxpayers. Notice is given to the taxpayers of town of Lynnville, County, Indiana, town of Lynnville, County Council, Lynnville, Indiana, 4761 beyond the time of 2025 for the purpose of the following operation, which the town considers necessary for general operations of the departments. We're going to add an appropriation to the general fund of $5,500. To the lit fund, 20,000, and from the park to 18,000.
I need,
Right?
I'd actually need to, amend this before, and the lit, I need it actually to do 30,000.
We got that.
Mm-hmm.
Arranged, yeah.
Yes.
Do what now? I'm
The
sorry.
lit,
20,000.
Yeah.
make it 30.
30,000. To be correct.
Do you have to notice or,
This is just I'm just doing.
oh, you're
I
just
haven't-
introducing it?
Yeah, I'm just introducing it, so it hasn't gone.
Okay. You want to show it introduced as
Yeah,
amended,
it'd be 53,500.
and that's how you advertise it.
Mhm.
And again, that's just done kind of a technicality with, DLGF on it. We got a reporting date.
The additional 18,000 for the park, Lori, what's
Yep.
that for
Operations.
operating? Okay.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Um, got on there, again, just formally letting everyone aware, to know that, the Duke bill was reduced from $203,000 that they billed us for down to $137,000 that we kind of agreed to with a few years ago.
That was for varying the utilities on Main Street.
Correct. Went down to $137,168.77. So maybe we will have some extra money in the bond. And that's another path that we can look at. We need approval to pay, we don't need approval to pay the rate study invoice from Thurber Brock and Associates. We passed it. It's
Is
just
it in the claim?
informational only.
It's,
The invoice,
it's not in, it's not in the
do you
claims,
need
but
them
they-
to approve
no, I
payment
don't,
of the
no.
invoice?
You guys approved it whenever you.
Yeah, so let's just letting everyone know that that has now come due.
Mhm.
If anybody's got any questions about it before we make the payment on it.
I do wanna reiterate, I do wanna let everybody know that, at the time that that was approved on, or voted to allow it to go, the funds were coming out of the Spurgeon money.
That's fine. So, yeah, either.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Questions?
No.
No. I was asked to get a price on sound system at community center. I worked that through with the vendor. This is informational only. $19,000 to rig that up to have sound, speakers, automatic bar. I don't know what else was down there. But, at this point in time, my recommendation is that we hold and look at other alternatives. I understand school court has a nice sound system that they take down there at times. And I'd like to do some more investigating on that. It's not a rush. We don't have anybody clamoring for it that I know of. But it would be nice to have, so we don't have to spend $3,000 when we have a special meeting if we have to. You know, 18,000, we can do that five or six times, so 5 times. That's an FYI. We need to talk about how to go forward with the annual park leases. We've got, from what I understand, we've got 3 potential new park leases coming up. Potentially, we did not raise rates, so this is an opportunity that those we can raise rates on and get them to where they need to be. I made a suggestion, 10%, but that's just me picking out a number. We can do,
I did the math if you wanna know what 10% is. For lakefront properties with a 10% increase, it'll bring it from $1,108.80 to $1,219.68. For inland properties, it'll bring it from $712.80 to $784.08.
I'd like to see us go ahead and do that at least at that amount, but again, open for suggestions. Um, and that will get that into place. We need to draft a new lease agreements. What we probably want to do is do that for a year with maybe some type of automatic renewal or renewal clause in there for 3 years. That's discussion that we need to have. And so we don't get caught in this bind where we got last time. Anybody got any suggestions on the amount of increase?
I'm fine with 10%. That would have been the normal increase had we increased them this past year. So,
Yeah.
but-
That's kind of what I
Yeah.
thought.
so I'm fine with that.
But we definitely need to.
I have a motion to increase the new park rental leases by 10%.
Second
Motion,
that.
I'll make that motion and seconded by Doris.
I thought Rachel.
That's okay.
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Numbers. Have we formalized the water deposit procedure for renters?
No, we're still waiting.
We're going to abide by state law.
What are you waiting on?
So what do we need?
Are we gonna leave it the way it is where the,
Changed.
I don't know
Get
what
your
we were
revised-
doing.
Well, I sent an email with the state law. We need to follow state law. Are you referring to the ordinance?
I'm not sure, I mean,
I mean, I can check with Megan, but we
Yeah.
need to be billing the
we are billing the
Tenants.
tenants.
on water. There's a couple of ways we could do the sewer, but you can decide to bill the tenants. Or you can bill the owner.
We never switched anything, so we're,
So doing the deposit.
I thought it had been switched and that you had to switch it back.
no, we never switched anything, cause which way it was just the option. So
I
nothing,
thought that the one fella got a bill.
No.
I thought the one fella got a bill and was complaining about getting billed, so it'd been switched to him.
And maybe he was
Never
just
got
told.
switched.
I
it was
think,
just told it was going to be-
I think his issue was that we were requiring him to put a deposit on
Okay.
every one of the units.
We
The
can't do
owner.
that.
And with that, have we issued the refund to the previous owners? She had paid $500 in deposits.
I'll ask Megan.
Okay.
I'm not positive
Yeah.
on that.
She had
I-
paid five $100 deposits for her tenants.
Mm-hmm.
And that property has since been sold. So according to our ordinance, it is a refundable deposit.
Yeah, and I didn't tell Megan that last
The last meeting.
meeting, yeah. I'm pretty sure we did that, but I'm not positive.
Gotta make sure we got
Yeah.
it all squared away. Guys need help, just let me know.
I think there was only one of them we were having a problem with, and it was a computer problem. It wasn't
Okay.
policy
But
problem.
we're gonna revise the ordinance to match the state law, but we need to be following that.
Well, the other issue that you guys were supposed to decide on is if you were going to raise the deposit.
We discussed that we raise the deposits.
Would that entail us having to go back to people that already paid them?
No, we'd be going forward.
Move forward.
And that needs to be in your ordinance also. So if you wanna give me the guidance on it, I can put it in there.
The current deposit is what, Lori?
100.
Water,
Okay.
so water bills may go up over that. Once the new increases go through. We may want to look at moving it to 150. Just to try to keep a buffer in case somebody doesn't pay something.
Yeah.
Do you know what the towns around us
That's what I
charge?
was kind of wondering.
Find out. I don't know.
Lori, can you ask her, and
Mm-hmm.
see what everybody else is? I would say 150, most
That would
everybody's
be-
at 200, and then I'd go up to that. But minimum of 150. My suggestion.
We'll look at it, come back with something.
Okay. So I get under new business. Um, Chris, yeah, I got weight limit ordinance there. We're going to have some further discussions about that on how to do it, if we want to do it, and what that affects. But we'll bring that up at a different meeting. Hoping to have that all in place before the new streets got put in, but that didn't make it. So we need to see what issues that causes. Because we have to get it's mainly the trash trucks. There are other trucks that it could affect. And we will have further discussions and bring that up later. Building ordinance and inspection actions. I do have 14 properties identified. I will share those with you at another meeting at a later date. And we need to probably vote on that. Not probably, we need to vote on those on how we want to move forward with those ordinances or not. Just because we've identified something, that doesn't mean something has to get done. We've got 3 or 4 that probably need to be torn down, move in that direction. And that may be the first priorities, but I don't want to get ahead of it. So we can sit as a group, discuss it and vote. Any questions? OCA contract, again, I've been talking to Chris about that. Not a whole lot we think we can do. If we come along, you can jump in there, Chris. We're trying to get quality, and somehow we'd like to try to address with the token, the quality of water coming to us. But I don't know if we've got a chance in whatever to get them to increase that. Unless we keep showing that it's failing for some reason, and it's not, it's coming in at the very minimum, correct? Yes. But coming in at the very, very minimum, it's costing the town dollars, but within acceptable levels. We don't have any, we can't get Boonville, we can't get Everfill or Evansville, and I don't want to do wells. So it looks like we got the token, and that becomes a legal issue potentially. Anything else on that? I don't know, return of unobligated SOF, RF grant fund. That
Information on that.
information that $820 has been returned. 125 failed. Oh, this is Lori's focus. Lori, here, let me just call on you instead of going with it.
Well, the only other thing is the ILMCT Institute is November 4th through the 6th. It is virtual this year. So I'll either be here or home depending on how busy things are going. But I will be out of, I won't be able to do anything else.
So virtual conference.
So yeah, it's a virtual conference this year. And then for the training, I forgot to put something on there. For the same week that the council is out at the Idea Summit in French Lick, the town manager, Brian, will be in Fort Wayne for his training. So that week should be very quiet. Oh, yeah, or the opposite.
Great.
And that is all I have.
Rachel,
I don't have anything.
anything from Rachel, Doris?
We answered my question about the fire department. I mean, the car wash, the fire department, you guys have an opportunity to go down there and just look where that pavement that needs to be replaced.
He's not
Okay.
here.
Hmm.
They're not.
At the community center?
Yeah, well, no, on the fire department side, it's
Yeah,
the pavement.
where it's basically where the expansion crack is from,
Yeah.
it's from ice freezing and popping the concrete is what it is, 'cause it
Yeah.
holds water right there.
We need to get that fixed
Yeah. I don't
by
know.
spring.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something they can fix very easy without cutting it and replacing it.
If I recall right, he said he was gonna take a look at it
Okay.
and do it, because he knows how to do concrete, so we're.
It's basically right where the seams are in the concrete, you can
Right.
tell it's where the ice is frozen and started cracking.
Right.
And it's
And they've got-
taking a couple layers off the top.
They've got the money, so I mean, it needs to be fixed before it gets worse. So just, the follow up from that. Miss Rennie, passed away. Did we ever get a letter sent out to the family, with our,
We have.
with our sorrow of their loss, but
Yes.
to the family about the lease?
Their attorney. The state's attorney, we've communicated with the state's attorney. And no, Michael and my office should be talking to the clerk in that office and we've let them know that we want to know when property would be removed, et cetera. So we're still trying to get that nailed down. But yeah, we did make contact with the estate's attorney once one was open.
Otherwise, I will, will give us Mr. Powell, and, otherwise, right now, I don't have anything to. It's not a big. I'm all the notes that we done, I always concerned about.
I'm gonna hit on a note. I actually typed it out so I can read it, so I don't screw up with what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get a hold of what we're doing here and how we're doing it. We've made a lot of progress the first 6 months of the year, 7 months of the year, and then it seems like we've kind of bogged down again. So don't take it personally, because I say including myself in here. I'm just trying to I've been made aware of several requests and decisions that affect our town and employees that have occurred recently that in turn affects town policy and possibly establishes legal precedent and liability. I'm therefore asking all town council members, including myself, to refrain from this activity and to bring requests, discussions, and decisions to the full council in advance, so to allow all council members the opportunity to be included in any decisions being made, make sure proper steps are being followed, along with a record of votes for or against that activity. The council president, by scope of duties, has some flexibility in allowances that may occur due to timing issues, but all actions should be reported to the full council with a brief synopsis indicating what took place and the reasoning behind the decision. This will also require a vote of council to uphold that action or put in a process to rescind the action and establish a record of the activity. And just basically thank you for cooperation so the council can work as one cohesive unit working towards achieving the goals and objectives that council has agreed to move forward with after discussion or disclosure and voted on and pursued. Business from the floor. Yay, nay, no?
Yeah, just quickly, Ray Wallace, did you guys figure out the Coke machine?
No, come on. Why do we got to go at the Coke machine?
Not you.
Well, I wanna know, and, so that, I guess, no, we still don't know whose Coke machine it is, so I can say it's mine.
Yeah, it appears Coke has said it is there.
It's gone.
And they have come by and picked it up. That's the appearance.
And then quickly, is the 26 budget online that anybody can look at it? See what the
It's on
budget is?
Gateway.
on like the town's website?
No, it's on it's Gateway, it's the
If you
city, it's the
Google-
state.
You Google Indiana Gateway, because that's how I find it. It'll pop up, and then you can go to any town and see all the financial reports and everything that are filed. Budget should be there.
But it's not
Or I could make a
going to
copy,
give you a whole
Yeah,
lot of
if you get-
information
I
at
can
this
give you a
time.
copy of it.
Okay, well, it's just, you know, you guys have papers that you're looking at.
Right.
But it's out here.
Mm.
Is what you're talking about. See,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, it's format right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's got like, and I'll go over it real quick, $10,000 in rainy day, $94,600 in a general, 100,000 in each rental payments, 16,000 for local roads. So, you know,
That's the basic budget.
that's the basic, 801,000.
Ultimately, there's more detail in other,
That will
as
be,
we get to the end of it.
that will
That's
come,
the
that will.
categories.
and then, but on the next, at the meeting on the 27th, when you approve the budget, that
That's just that one.
That's that. We have to then go through and
is first.
and amend things and try to come up with items that we're gonna do and then fund it. And see where that is, and then we'll come back with the actual budget
Where
we're
everything
working
goes.
towards.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ray.
Glad you figured out the Coke machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for getting it.
A lot of.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Okay. So that should bring us to conclusion. Next meeting is October 7th. 6
Oh.
p.m. No, that's been changed.
27,
27th.
sorry.
Anybody want to make a motion to?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
It's been made by Doris, seconded by Rachel. All in favor? Aye. 7:13. We are done. Thank you all.
Meeting on.
Rachel, taking her book after she's done some things. Do you guys want to look at these now, or do you want to just wait?